Hi, this is DOSBox Mom, and welcome back to Let's Play Treasures of the Savage Frontier. We're still in Succumber, about ready to leave. We got the magic items that we picked up in the crystal battle identified at the armory to our west from this location. And we're now ready to rent a boat and leave town. The question is, where to go? Let's go rent that boat. I can rent you a boat for 5 platinum. Would you like to rent the boat and leave the city? Yes. Okay, now Amanitas wants us to head to Leilon, which is on the coast, west, and a bit north. However, I do have a lot of magical junk that I can't use that I'd like to sell off to buy something more useful with. The only magic shop the party has access to this early in the game, though, is way, way north in Mirabar. So even though it's not officially part of the plot, I think we're going to try to head there first. Okay, so let's go west as far as we can. And then we're going to have to go overland after that because where is this Daggerford already? Okay, it does go to the sea, which is something it didn't do before, but we don't want to go into Daggerford. Yes, actually, we want to hide our boat. So that was Daggerford, which we don't quite want to go in yet. Pouch of herbs slung around his neck, dressed in tattered white rags, an old man hobbles toward you. He raises a hand and you pause to see what he wants. I'm Robgar, old sage of the wilderness, he rasped, his voice tickling your nerves, raising the hairs along the backs of your necks. You record his story as Journal Entry 4. Brave adventurers, he continues, you're facing powers great and evil, forces beyond your current means. You must fight hard and use every resource of your strength and wits if you're to prevail. But there's hope. Robgar pauses to peer into the eyes of each member of the party. I charge you with a quest, the quest of the 3 dungeons. Succeed and you shall be stronger. Fail and your weakness shall be your downfall. The old man's voice abruptly quiets as he struggles to straighten his back and stand fully upright. Seek the dwarves throughout the land. Hear what they have to say. They're your friends. They should direct you on your quest. And when they cannot, let Sylvanas be your guide. Robgar stoops, grasping his stick for balance, then turns and wanders away. Okay. So the 3 dwarf mazes that he's referring to are all optional. There's sort of a puzzle to each of them, but they're kind of fun to do if you can figure them out. So, okay. Now, actually, the way we're going, it might be just as easy to go to Leilon first, but I would kind of like to go to Mirabar first. Okay, this should be Waterdeep here, which we're also not ready to go yet. But if you see that road, this one that goes north, eventually goes to Tribor and Yartar. That's not what I wanted to do. Hiking along at a tremendous pace, several heavily loaded dwarves appear in the distance. They head toward you. "Rumors, that's all it is," says one of the dwarves. "But it's true," argues another. "It's there, due east of the bridge over the Desserin. Head straight south on the river from Yartar, go through the hills till you reach the bridge, then go east. If you go there, remember this: seek the least likely exit, for it's only through it that you shall ever leave." Okay, so that's a clue to the location of one of the dwarf mazes. The dwarves depart wishing you luck on your journeys. I think we'll go there eventually. I don't know if I wanted to go there quite yet. And I don't know if I'm quite ready to tackle the little tiff between Tribor and Yartar yet, so I'm going to go around. And that should be Long Saddle. Okay, let's see if we can flee. I have no idea what enemies we're attacking, but we fled anyway. That's Long Saddle that we just went around. And the next town north should be Mirabar. Yeah. Which actually is part of the plot later on, but way later on. Okay. The guards seem nervous but wave the party ahead into the city. Yeah, so a lot of the stuff that's supposed to happen in Mirabar is just plain not going to happen yet because we haven't triggered the prequels to it in the plot yet. Let's see. Oh, come on. Okay. Let's take a look at the area view. So we've come in from the south, and this is the city guardhouse directly to our west. There's an arms and armor shop with +1 weapons and armor. And this is the vault here. And then there's a skinny little building here that we'll want to go to when it's time to go to Mirabar later in the game. And then up this street, there's a magic shop, which is basically our goal. So let's move right along. And here's an inn. Yeah, we might come here after we go to the magic shop. Yeah, and this is one of 3 vaults that we can access in the game. If you remember from Gateway to the Savage Frontier, there was one in Yartar and one in Neverwinter. I think the third one in Gateway to the Savage Frontier was in Silvery Moon, but that town is not part of the game this time, so they have the third one in Mirabar. Okay, and okay. Hawkloft's College of Useful Knowledge. We major in minor matters. That's to our left. Okay, that's the training hall. And here's Mirabar Magic and Fun. Gleaming yellow glow-in-the-dark metal sign above the store. Yeah. Come in. Magic is our business. Is it yours today? Why, yes it is. Okay, let's pool. And let's see what they've got. Ooh, Rod of Giant Strength, Rod of Stone to Flesh, Clerical Scroll, and various magic scrolls. Okay. Okay, let's see what he can unload here. I know we could just drop off stuff at the vault. Okay, I think that's... Oh, here's another set of bracers. Yeah, for some reason he's got 2 rings of protection plus 2 equipped. Okay, I think we should give her one of the rings of protection plus 2. There. Okay. And then we'll have them each buy some stuff. Rod of Stone Flesh. And then one of each of those mage scrolls. Oops. Okay. Oh. Okay. Well, I guess we'll have to have other people sell off some of their stuff. Yeah, hopefully I've got I'm selling off a ton of stuff, and hopefully I can find enough stuff at this shop to spend all this money on. Scroll. Who knows, maybe she could use a Rod of Stone to Flesh. Okay, now let's see if she can trade some of her stuff to other people. No, that's not going to work. Okay. Now we'll have her buy one scroll for now. And yeah. Does he have a helmet? Yeah, he has a helmet equipped. And we want to keep a flail, but we don't need both of these. Let's hang on and see if Tomas can use that quarterstaff. Actually, he could. Especially if we sell off those non-magical darts. Yes, I would like you to discard them. Okay. Sell off this other stuff. Okay. Yeah, I think that should do it. Okay, let's just buy him a potion of giant strength. Okay, and I think we can sell off the battle axe. If we had a dwarf in the party, that battle axe would be very useful for him, but it's not that much better than an ordinary +2 weapon for anybody else. Okay. Okay, we'll sell off this composite longbow. And some of these long swords +1. And a potion of giant strength for her. Now we can buy him a potion of giant strength too. And we'll just share out the rest of that. Now I think we'll go back to that. Yeah. Arms and Armor shop because they have a lot of +1 gear. And a lot of this we don't exactly need, but say the arrows and darts might be useful. Oh, actually, she's okay on arrows. Okay, let's buy him some more arrows. Yeah. Yeah, this smaller group of arrows is from the previous game. And he could use some more arrows. Okay. Put those. And she just doesn't have room for arrows right now. Let's see about him. Let's see if he can buy some darts. Possibly. 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 100. Now, they're both groups of non-magical arrows. Okay, let's just buy him some +1 arrows. And then we'll just chuck those non-magical ones. And that whittles down the platinum a bit. I think we'll rest briefly at the inn here and then leave town since we're not really supposed to be in Mirabar yet. Okay, and the way out is directly to our south. So I think we will head pretty much back the way we came. And we'll still avoid Long Saddle for now, because we're not really supposed to be going to Long Saddle yet. Now this is Tribor, and there's a road going west from there. You know, if we take the westbound road, that'll get us to the coast just north of Leilon. Sort of. It's not a very good road. You stumble onto a deserted campsite. Suddenly, you are no longer alone. A solid ring of dwarves, axes at the ready, encircles you. One dwarf recognizes you as the heroes of Ascor, and they lower their weapons. A dwarf says, "The Neverwinter River springs from the heart of the Neverwinter Mountains. It was in those mountains and toward that heart that our ancestors delved. Sadly," he says, bowing his head, "all that remains now are the crossroads." Okay, so there must be another one of the dwarf mazes near here. Let's see if we can flee. Oh. Okay. Looks like we found some orcs. And rock reptiles and ogre mages. Oh joy. So let's see, there's an orc chief. Just orc chiefs. No orc peons here. And a rock reptile. Okay. So. Okay, and since they're scattered, let's see if I can find that. Okay, we can damage the ogre magi. That'll slow them down from casting spells on us. Now these orc chiefs are a little bit tougher than ordinary orcs. Well, that was a nice diversion going all the way up to Mirabar and back. We'll finish up this battle off camera, and the next episode we'll finally arrive in Leilon. See you then.